So, you're an artist, right? Maybe. I want you to take a look at something and tell me what you think.
Oh my God! What?
It's pretty funny, right? Wrong. Dead wrong, punk. It's extremely dangerous. Pixar films do this, Disney, all your favorite animes, politicians. It's a dangerous little thing, but it's also an extremely beautiful thing. I call this sucker reacting to the dinkle. Before we get into this fat dinkle, I want to tell you that we're starting a new set of classes in September. Me and all my producer friends who are even currently working in Netflix and Marvel and stuff like that, we're going to be pushing you to make your own projects come to life. More of that at the end of the video. Go and watch it now, punk. Some of my students have already gotten so darn good that I've connected them to some studios and stuff like that, so it's really cool. I'm very excited. Alright, so this fat dinkle situation. Where'd it come from? How'd that do it? From an artistic perspective, if you master this technique, you're going to be on God. You're going to be on God in no caps. I thought this is something interesting from an artistic and a storytelling standpoint. Let me explain to you. Let me mansplain what this is. This is somebody reacting to something, and then somebody else mirrors their flippin' behavior and reacts to something that doesn't exist. Without ever seeing what they're reacting to, they mirror this person's reaction. It's a lie. They're being controlled by somebody else's reaction. That's genius. They reacted to the dinkle. And what is the dinkle? It's a ghost. It's nothing, right? It's just a little fart in the wind. They're purely reacting to an emotion, right? But what does it mean? So you are a director, you're a producer, you're an artiste. It's your job to understand what these things mean. Understand human behavior, right? If you're writing, if you're telling stories about human behavior, hello, silly. For me, it means when we are unsure of things, we take the person that is closest to us, most relatable to us, and when they react to something a certain way, we will mirror that behavior. If they freak out, then we're gonna freak out, right? So in my experience, right, one of the most common notes that I get as a director is that we need to see the character's reaction. Why? Why is that? Is because the flippin' audience is stupid. We don't know how to feel, right? That's why we're watching a movie, because we don't understand how to feel. Show me how to feel about this, please. Show me how to feel. We need somebody to react to a scenario so we can actively go like, oh, okay, now I know how to feel about this, this scenario. And the more in common the audience has with that character, the more that they're going to mirror that reaction. This is genius. This is like groundbreaking. And we see it every day, right? We grew up with this. This is how you learn as a little baby. Which is really cool as a study, right? Because this is invisible danger. It doesn't exist. This is how a government can control a whole population and kind of move you around the way they want you to move. And honestly, I don't blame them. I would want a whole population to be looking at this invisible boogeyman than be looking at me and all the crap that I'm doing. Like, look anywhere but me, right? So I think this is a really cool tool for you to use for evil. So I think that's really cool. But the really flippin' cool skink about this whole dink is that it can be used for uplifting too. And that's what I want to do with the art community is just, there's so much crap about the art community. Like, if you go looking for it, there's so much negativity in the artist community. But the artist community is actually pretty freaking #litty on cap, no god. The artist community is really cool. But whenever people see people panicking or getting angry or flipping out over certain things, then we're all just gonna mirror this crap, right? And this also really affects your mental brain. Whenever you start getting down or whatever, that if you just start getting in that loop of watching the same crap over and over again, you're gonna mirror that crap, right? It's just a really cool tool that you can use for your characters to mimic each other and have them, in your own OCs or your own stories that you're trying to make, pulling characters which way or this, that way. It can be used for everything. It's called a human psychology. So, on gang, be careful of the media that you consume, because if you watch some hateful crap, you're going to be spewing out some hateful crap probably, and that's a guarantee. But on the flip dink, if you're watching fun, creative, truthful stories, then you're going to be inspired to tell your own story. That was on the Lord, alright? So check out this project I've been working on, gang.
That's my sole purpose in life, is to help you make cool stuff. So come here to help me help you do that.
What is my sole purpose? What's your sole purpose in life?
To hurt you. So we started this thing on Project City where
you can make your show, but you make it as storyboard animatics. And myself, Chase, and Ethan have all started making some of these. It's kind of like Webtoon, but instead of comics, it's like animatic episodes.
So the goal is after 3 months, you're going to have your own animatic done, and you're going to have your own character designs, everything to go with it. It's basically like we're kind of sticking you, almost like an on-the-job training situation, right?
Yeah.
I work at Marvel during the day, and I'm a little frustrated because I want to do some of my own stuff. We're going to drop you into a production pipeline, which essentially, right, to get started, you would need a script. You would need some designs for boards so that by the end of it, you've got like a very well-rounded out idea and you've gotten a taste of all the different aspects of production. We're going to encourage you to sound design and add music and everything that makes your idea as tangible as possible.
Like, I didn't really think people would want to watch an animatic, and it totally blew up on TikTok, and people were interested in watching it as just sketches, which made me realize, wait, why are we trying to go out and raise millions to make these shows? We could just be putting them out as storyboards, at least getting started.
I've been shot again.
So the first month, we're going to make our character designs, we're going to do our log lines, and we're going to do our poster images. The next month, we're going to write and start storyboarding our first episode. Month 3, we're going to finish up storyboarding and finish up our animatic. So by the end of 3 months, you'll have your character designs, poster, log line, and your first 2 to 3 minute animatic episode. And for those of you that are less advanced, we're gonna have a different set of assignments. We're basically gonna have 2 tiers. If you're less advanced, the assignments will be a little easier and more about studying and getting you ready to do an animatic. The project I did was sort of just for fun. It was almost throwaway, aquatic midlife crisis. I think sometimes it's good to just not have so much pressure to just jump in and play around and just get yourself making stuff. There can be this roadblock sometimes where people think stuff has to be perfect or amazing, but really you just want to knock out a few things to get better.
Die Laughing started as kind of a throwaway project where I just came into a stream one day and I had a simple premise. A man walks into the bar, and just through working with my class, working with all the students there, getting feedback from everybody there, it developed into this amazing idea that I ended up having fun with. Because I didn't go into it with so much pressure on myself to try to make something perfect, I ended up just having a lot of fun, and that allowed me to kind of flow freely through my ideas. The beautiful aspect about that is a lot of the students have been working alongside me. So on Thursdays, they come to me with these cool ideas that they've made of their own, and I give them feedback on their animatics, and we nitpick it until we get it perfect.
Yeah, the idea is to kind of have this group of people all making stuff together. The pressure's not high because they are storyboard animatics, and we're kind of having fun. It's a place to learn and just explore and make cool stuff.
Just think if you posted one of these animatics on TikTok, right, you're going to get a lot of feedback from a bunch of strangers who don't know storytelling and cinematography, as opposed to here, the community specifically based. This is specifically a community.
Atlantically?
This is specifically Atlantically a community of storytellers, even the students, right? So they're going to give you feedback that you can actually listen to, or don't, it's up to you. Yeah, so if you want to join a cult, if you want to join Project City, then, click on the link.